This is how I've been making fabric masks. This is the end product, and there is a piece of wire along here where the nose is, and then down here underneath the chin there is an opening so that you can insert a fabric or an N95 or N99 mask. This particular one also has elastic loopies to go around the ear. There are some alternatives and we'll talk about that. So let's get started. This pattern was taken from Joann's. You can find it at joanns.com with a few modifications so that you can insert a N95 or N99 mask, and it also shapes to the face better. So this is the pattern, 9 inches across the bottom, 6.5 inches up the side, and then coming in 3 inches on each side, you'll draw a line right here. This is where the opening is going to be. And then 3 inches from each side down here along where the fold of the fabric will be, and that's going to be a top stitch where the wire goes. The other thing you're going to need are 2 pieces of elastic, 7 or 8 inches. I prefer 8, it's a little more comfortable, and that goes for right here. Or if you can't get your hands on elastic, you can use ties, you can use paracord, or which is like this, or shoelaces, or double-sided binding, which is this, or actually this is not double-sided binding, this is twill tape, another option. Or you can even make your own by just taking super long strips of fabric and ironing itself like it's like this. You iron it in half, then you take the 2 halves and you iron it in, and then you fold it over, and then when you stitch it up you have this really nice tie. So if you did this, you'd need 4 of those, long enough to go around your head. So what you do is you have your piece of fabric. Here's the fold. This is just like open up here. You lay your pattern right up against the fold, and then you cut it out like that. The next step is to do this tiny little top stitch here, and you can see it's just like right here, really close to the fold. And then you'll also fold in the ends here and do the same thing here so that you have a nice seam here and here, or a nice edge. The Joann's pattern recommends using interfacing, which I happen to have on hand. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. You don't have to have it. It just makes the mask a little stiffer. So once you have sewn this and you've sewn these 2 things here, you turn it inside out, and now we're going to sew what is this line, 3 inches in on both sides. So 3 inches in on both sides, and what that will do is make this gap. Then you take your elastic or cord or ties or whatever the heck you have, you kind of put it inside. One end will go here and one will go here, and then you sew it up. And then you'll do the same thing on the other side, like this. The stuff is kind of hard to come by, so I don't leave hardly anything sticking out, but you could if you wanted, and then chop it off afterward. So once that's all done and you turn the whole thing inside out, it's going to look something like this one I have here that's just a different fabric. And it'll look like this without any pleats or anything. And you can see the wire will be here, the opening is down here, and the last step is to make the little pleats. So you can see how quickly I did that. A little bit of practice. If you have a pin or a clip, you just kind of do this, one here and one here like that. Now, to put in the piece of wire for the nose, you can do this at the beginning before you sewn it all together, or when you're ready to replace the wire because it's misshapen or broken or whatever. What you can't, it's almost impossible to find floral wire right now. So what I've been doing is using paper clips. I just open up the paper clip and just kind of like push it through this little hole here like that. And when this is closed and it's pushed up against your face, you'll never really feel it. And if the user needs to replace it, all they have to do is turn the mask inside out, slip out the old one, and slip in a new one. So it's super convenient. That way, when your mask is all said and done, and you've been wearing it for a whole day, the user can take out the N95 or N99 mask from the bottom, wash this guy, and keep that precious mask for another day, for right now. So I hope this helps. Feel free to leave questions or comments down below, and good luck out there.